Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Captain Haley. Today I'm going to be telling you about how I made a 60.81% return this year on my investments. More importantly, I'm going to be looking at just the last 2 months really, because that's where I saw the most growth. But disclaimer, I just want to let you know that I am not in any way an expert in investing. I've just been studying a whole lot this year, like every single day reading, and I'm fully aware that all of my investments are extremely risky. You need to read on your own and do your own research, make your own decisions based off of your own knowledge and not what anybody else tells you to do. You could either lose a lot of money or make a lot of money. I got into this about 2 to 3 years ago, and I got pretty burned on my first time investing just because I didn't read the stocks every day. I'm more so a long-term investor, but I still read every single day on every single one of my stocks because there's news that pop up on my investing page at various times throughout the day. It's just I get new articles coming in regarding my investments or having to do with my investments. So that is what's really helped me out. Also, my other news sources, I want to do portfolio updates on my channel. I really enjoy anything having to do with smart ways to save money. That's another video that I want to do. And also you'll see some other traveling videos that I did, and you'll see dreams, because I have weird dreams, okay? So I do like talking about that, and it's fun to narrate them. But I am huge into expanding my bank account. I'm in my early 20s. I'm very serious. I always watch these investments videos. I always read articles on successful people. So that's definitely something that I want to incorporate in my channel. I would say I'm an extremist when it comes to traveling down the unorthodox path and way of doing things. There's a tape right here because I'm just I don't want people looking at me. I'm a long-term minded investor when it comes to investing in stocks. I think that for me, being a relatively new investor, I think that the daily trading is not for me. My portfolio is my baby, and yeah, I want to see it grow. I'm just gonna list a few. I'm not gonna go through my entire portfolio because that would take a long time, because I'm in, let's see, how many stocks am I in? I'm just really my heart is kind of aching right now because I didn't stay with Blink, even though in my gut I wanted to, and I knew that they were just a great company overall. They just had so much, I know they have so much potential, and it turned out I was right, but I listened to somebody else. I just wanted somebody else to make the decision for me, and that's a huge no-no. I can't wait to see what my portfolio is going to be within the next 6 months. Okay, but let's get into it. I'm just going to give you a very brief overview of a few of my favorite bigger stocks and a few of my favorite smaller ones. My stock portfolio is very diversified. I would say that I've done a great job at diversifying. I do want to get into more EV battery companies. I'm just kind of mentally kicking myself because I went against my gut feeling. And I knew that once they started putting up their charging stations at different health care centers right away, they've been on top of their growth game, and I was dang, I knew I should have just stayed in. Why did I do that? We're gonna move on. But I did make money off of them whenever I did get out. Then I got back in, and then I got back out, and I was indecisiveness is just not going to make you money. I guess we can start with Blink. Blink Charging Co. is a EV battery charging station company. I think they were more so based in California, but then I did see a couple of Blink charging stations here in Houston actually. It did not look very nice, and that's another reason why I wanted to sell it. I was just this looks like a piece of crap. But then on their website they make it look glamorous, and also the potential of being able to charge your car up at your own house overnight without having to go to a charging station. That is definitely the future. I love investing in the future, so I want to invest in companies that are just going to be complete game changers. So I'm invested in EV companies, hydrogen. I'm invested in tech companies. I'm super excited about tech. And also I'm invested in the vaccines. I'm invested in different cannabis companies. Although Canada has not been doing like amazing. I'm just not a huge fan of Canadian stocks right now. Green energy, different banks, and then like different retail stores that are going to be around for a while. But yeah, I got in at around $8 in Blink, 49 shares of that, and then I sold it at $25 a share because they went up to 30 and then they dropped. Like they were all the way up. They were actually all the way up in the 40s, and I was like happy about that, and I was like, wow, it just skyrocketed. Then it dropped even more, and could have made a whole lot more if I'd stayed in, because now Blink is at $49.50. I forgot to remind myself that I'm a long-term investor and that I need to just ride the dips. When it dips, just put in a little bit more, just a little bit more at a time. Don't put my eggs all in one basket. I have to just keep that mindset. But anyway, moving on from Blink, I learned to diversify my stocks. That way my account will go like this throughout the years rather than so when you diversify, it goes like over the years. And so I have to like understand what's going on in the world and understand what my investments are doing and how they're functioning, what the CEOs are doing, what people are investing in them, what activities going on, what's going on in the world that's going to affect what my business is doing, basically my business, because I'm a shareholder. I just always dedicate a few hours in the morning to read what's going on with my stocks. Learn as I go. The more knowledge you feed yourself as to what's going on today, you'll be able to use it later on, and it will be super beneficial. So I was really wanting to find the best American marijuana based company, because I found that American companies like perform a lot better than say Canadian companies, and it's legalized over there. So and plus like Kronos, Aurora, I mean, they have not been doing amazing. There's always articles on like hyping them up, but I don't trust Canadian companies after the past like 2 years of like losing so much money from it. But I have not sold it, so that means I have not lost any money, but still they've not been performing very well. But on the positive side, Curaleaf has been doing amazing. They actually dropped a little bit, but I got in when it was like $5. I bought 50 shares and that gave me a 116.9% return on my investment. And then I bought more. I bought 20 more shares of that at like $10. I could have waited until it went down more, which it did, and then it went back up. And so that's done very well overall. In total, it's given me a 72.69% return on my investment, and it's doing really well. Now it's at $12.45. And then another one of my favorite companies is New Age Beverage, and I actually tried their products, their CBD drinks. My favorite is this one, and it just tastes so good. It's like the lemonade, like peach lemonade or something like that. Something, I forgot what flavor it is, but it's absolutely delicious. They were selling them at my local CBD store. I can't wait till Zart IPOs. All of their products are phenomenal. In New Age Beverage, I got in when it was $1.52. I bought 335 shares of that, and it's given me a total of a 98.68% return. It was at a higher price, but it's now at $3. It was at like $4. Recently they dropped, but they have really amazing products. Like, I actually tried some of their products. They're actually bearish right now at $3 a share, so I would I'm actually good on this investment. I'm good on it. I'm telling you, those drinks are delicious. Like, I'm so excited about it. Like, those are my new favorite drinks, and it's a company that I'm invested in. Tesla is a big one. Tesla actually helped a really good portion of that money that I made in the past 2 months, like, because they've just skyrocketed. I think it was like $380 a share after the stock split, and then it kind of stagnated for a while, and then finally recently it's just like been just shooting up. So now the return on investment for that for me is 76.59%, and then overall in the past 52 weeks Tesla has gone up 670 0.45%. I can see this being the future. Quantum computing is another one of my favorites. I'm just confused as to why they dropped recently. So quantum computing is now at $11.50. I got in around like $2. And it's not saying the price performance in the past 52 weeks. And their high was $25, and then they just dropped in half. Not sure why they did that, but basically it's a new computer system that's going to take over the computers that we have today. Larger scale, mission critical problems while reaping the benefits of increasingly more powerful computers. So that's going to play into everything. So that one I'm just like super convinced on quantum computing. And that like went stagnant for a majority of the year. It rose up, then dipped down, and then started shooting back up. Plug Power, that company is a hydrogen company, and they're centered around like hydrogen powered forklifts, trucks, just heavy machinery.
Now you know a company is a big deal when they partner up with Walmart. Plug Power expands its partnership with Walmart. Walmart uses Plug Power's GenKey, a range of offerings to power, fuel, and service hydrogen and fuel cell applications. Plug Power began expanding into Walmart's e-commerce in August 2020. Says it will continue that expansion into 2021. Uses for the company's products include material handling truck and automated guided vehicles. The company's products are also used in commercial fleets for delivery vehicles.
Hydrogen and EV batteries, I can see them coinciding. People are talking about one overpowering the other, but I think that, we have regular unleaded fuel and diesel fuel, and they both coincide. But with as far as like energy saving in the future, I think that both would be great candidates. I can see EV batteries dominating. The problem with hydrogen power is that there's a company that has to
separate the hydrogen from the water, and then you have to transport the hydrogen in tanks. And you don't know how often you have to replace these tanks or how much over time it will cost.
And then also you have to go to a refueling station for the hydrogen. Whereas with EV battery, you can charge it and then go. But that brings me to this company, Quantumscape. Quantumscape is now the second most valuable car stock in America. I jumped in at $60. Their whole motive was to see if they can make a battery that could charge in 15 minutes. And they succeeded with it. So now everything is just going uphill. They were at 130 and then they dropped to 113. So with Quantumscape, the co-founder and CEO said, "We believe that the performance data we've unveiled today shows that solid-state batteries have the potential to narrow the gap between electric vehicles and internal combustion vehicles and help enable electric vehicles to become the world's dominant form of transportation within 15 minutes. And will be safer and cost less to produce than conventional lithium-ion battery cells with flammable liquid electrolyte." That is groundbreaking. Quantumscape batteries can power up airplanes. And also another company that I'm doing a lot more research on, but I also went ahead and invested in it. The View 6 smart glasses, they're eventually going to be like that. And they're using it to train people for a given job. I read a lot into futuristic stuff, and the potential of that is that it'll allow you to actually work from home, but we'll see how that goes. I can see that being the future for sure. Another thing that I'm into is Snowflake. Of course, Warren Buffett got into Snowflake. So if you're smart, you watch what Warren Buffett does, you watch what the billionaires do, and you jump into what they jump into. And then of course, Moderna and Pfizer. Moderna's been doing a lot better than Pfizer. I'm not a huge fan of Pfizer. I just don't like the fact that they have to have the vaccines refrigerated, even though they're in a variety of different countries. Moderna is very popular in the US, and anything that's popular in the US has been doing really amazing. That's what I've noticed. Basically, those are the main stocks that I'm really excited about. Of course, I've got into other ones. Like I said, I'm in 25 different stocks. Yeah, those are like some small, some large stocks that I'm into, and I wanted to share with you. Comment your insights. I'm open to more advice. I love taking what other people have to say and sharing it with people that I talk to about stocks. Like I said, this is my first year being more active. This year I have learned so much about stocks and investing. I really want to learn more on investing in bonds and expand my portfolio over to mutual funds and bonds and REITs, and but I need to do a lot more reading on it and make sure I'm making a informed decision. I'm 23 years old and this is my first year of really being hands-on with investing, so I'm actually really proud of myself. I'm really excited for my portfolio to grow and expand.